안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 여러분의 한국어 친구는 다입니다. Okay, so a while back I asked you guys what kind of video you wanted to see, and an overwhelming majority of you said you wanted to see a video about some of my favorite studygrams for staying motivated and learning Korean. I'm really excited to do this video because honestly, studygrams play such an integral part of how I stay motivated in my studies. So yeah, I'm really excited. So today I'll be sharing 4 of my favorite studygrams with you guys. So let's go ahead and go. Oh, but before I have to share because I'm BTS trash if you can't tell from the background. But the last time I was wearing this shirt, I was at BTS's muster in Korea. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't worn this shirt in like 2 years. What is this? Fall 2016. I saw BTS while wearing this shirt. Okay, I'm sorry, I really had to share because when I put it on I was like, oh yeah. Anyway, okay, okay. Go, yes. Go. So the first studygram I would like to share with you guys is one run by a lovely Korean learner named Rose. Her account is The Studying Night Owl. Yes, that is the name of the account. But basically, Rose has been learning Korean. I was going to say Korean has been learning Rose. What? Rose has been learning Korean for about 1.5 years now. She says she's at an intermediate level, which she's come very far in the short amount of time that she's been learning Korean. Like, props to Rose. But anyway, I really like Rose's account for several reasons. One, she's a very diligent studier or learner, and it just motivates me to want to study because she studies every day. And if it's not every day, it's almost every day. You can ask her, I promise. It's almost every day, if not every day, which I'm pretty sure it's every day. But yeah, so I like her account because she's always introducing new resources, and they're resources that aren't necessarily popular. They're not like mainstream resources, so you probably haven't heard about them before. 2 of the big ones that she has recommended that I've looked into myself are KMOOC, which she personally has helped me out because it's a place where you can take classes in Korean. So either you're learning Korean in this course or courses, because there's multiple, or you're learning about something else. It's like a different topic and it's taught in Korean. So these courses are 100% free. You have a teacher and it's like pass or fail. So if you pass the course at the end, you get a certificate that you can later use to either apply to universities in Korea or that you can use to apply to jobs in Korea. So they just basically help you add to your resume. So that's pretty cool. And then another thing that she's recently recommended is an app called Audio Clip. So it's basically like Audible. I'm going to describe it as Audible. It's a ton of podcasts, and you can subscribe to whatever channels or streams you want, and you get to hear like people talking Korean. It's really cool. So I recently subscribed to one of the channels or streams that she recommended. It's like a storytelling kind of channel. And I was listening to it the other day, and it was so great. It was literally like listening to Audible. They had like background sounds in the story, and it was just really engaging. I thought it was great. So if you're looking for ways to change up your study routine, which is very beneficial, definitely follow Rose's account because you will learn about so many different resources that you can like try out. And then another reason I like her account is that her captions are so honest when it comes to her journey learning Korean. She'll say like, today I did really good studying this, or like I didn't miss any questions while I was studying this, but I know that I really need to start developing my skills in speaking or something like that. So she'll talk about like her strengths and also her weaknesses and where she needs to like put her focus on next when it comes to learning Korean, which I think is beneficial for all of us because it's good to see not just someone's victories but also like their challenges and obstacles, because we're all facing the same thing and learning a language can be very overwhelming at times. So it's nice to see that there's like we can have some sense of community when it comes to the difficult areas of learning a language, especially when learning Korean. So yeah, there's that. And then she's also really nice. So every time I've talked to her, she's been willing to help me. She's like, oh, maybe you should try studying like this, or this is how I learned this. Maybe you should try that. And she's also like helped me like when I have a question, because we've talked about like programs in Korea, like studying like graduate programs, and I'd asked her a question because she's done a lot of research on this. So I'd be like, oh, hey, do you know this and this? She's like, I don't know, but let me look it up. And then like literally seconds later, she'll be like, okay, so this is what I found. I'm like, why did you even look this up? You didn't have to do that. I couldn't look it up. I have a computer, I promise. But yeah, she's just really, really nice and willing to help people who are wanting to learn Korean. So yeah, shout out to Rose. Thank you, Rose. So definitely go and look at her account. And I asked each of these studygrammers if they had any advice or motivational words for you guys, and this is what Rose wanted me to share with you guys. So let me read this. She says, keep going even when it seems you're not getting anywhere. 1 word or 5 minutes a day over a year is better than none. And then she says, you're only limited by what you allow yourself to believe you're capable of. Let us take a moment to appreciate those impactful words, okay? Yes. Okay, so that's so true. If you don't think you're gonna make any progress in learning Korean, then why are you even studying? If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in yourself? In you. I was gonna say yourself. But basically, I 100% agree with what she said, and just think about that. Think about that. Let it melt. Absorb it. Absorb it. Okay, moving on. So the next studygram, or number 2, that I'd like to share with you guys is run by a Korean learner named Daria. So Daria is originally from Poland, but she's currently like in England. I was about to say Germany. I don't know why. But she's currently in England. She studies Korean and Japanese, which I'm just bringing that up because I know a lot of you guys are either currently studying Japanese and getting into Korean, or studying Korean and wanting to get into Japanese, so I'm just gonna bring that up. She studies both. Her studygram is for both languages. Okay. I don't know if that interests you, but yes. So she told me that her Korean journey started in January of 2017, but she didn't really start taking her studies seriously until the summer. So she's been studying for about 6 months, diligently. And she's come a long way. She describes herself as an upper beginner, and I really like her studygram because she's just so diligent. Basically, everyone's really diligent. She's just so diligent. If you go to her stories, which honestly, every time I get on Instagram, I see like if her story like has a little like ring around it, like she updated something, and then I click on it. I'm not even kidding. I really do click on it because she'll say things like, oh, I had a long day at work today, but I'm ready to head to the library and start studying Korean. Or, today I did a lot, but I'm ready to sit down and focus on Korean. And I'm just like, because I'm a student, so I feel like every day of mine is a long day, but then I'm like, I don't want to study anymore. But like every day she's going and studying. She's just so diligent, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So it makes me want to study. Actually, I'm not even kidding. I have cracked out some books before after watching her story. That's not even like, I'm not even joking. But yeah, so she's super, super diligent, and she posts pretty often, and her feed is just so aesthetically pleasing. I know there's not a lot of like posts on her feed right now, but she just like moved accounts, so expect lots of great content. Yep. And then like this is just amazes me. I don't know why she does this, but so basically she studies, right? She studies, then she takes everything she studies and makes like an outline of either both her Korean and her Japanese notes. She makes them into like a document, and she'll send them to people as PDFs. Anyone who DMs her saying like, hey, will you share your notes with me, please? She's like, yeah, sure. She just sends them away. Like, why does she do that? She's so nice. She's basically making notes for like everyone on her studygram. So yeah, if you're interested in checking out her notes, send the girl a DM being like, please, yes, please. Okay, so yeah. And then Daria's special message for you guys was, have the courage to use the language, whether it's spoken or in writing, and appreciate when others correct you, because the most effective type of learning is learning from your mistakes. Another moment of silence, please. This is so true. I know when I was a beginner, I would get super embarrassed when people would correct me, and honestly I don't even know why. Like, obviously I'm gonna make mistakes, but I preferred when people didn't correct me because it made me feel less embarrassed, I guess. So I definitely see why she's saying this, because we all have to overcome this and like want to speak and not be afraid of making mistakes. So yeah, especially appreciate those people that correct you, because at a certain point, people stop correcting you, and it's not helpful when they stop correcting you. So when someone corrects you, make sure you say thank you, and that you're so just thankful, overall thankful. Be like, thank you for correcting me. I wonder how long I've been saying this incorrectly. So yeah, thank them. And the third studygram I want to share with you guys is also from someone from Poland, but now she's in Germany. Alright, so her name is Nora. So Nora, she has been studying Korean since the summer, but became diligent in her studies in November. So she describes herself as a total beginner. I don't think she's a total beginner, just saying. But yeah, so she describes herself as a total beginner. And I like her studygram because she posts so regularly. Like, I see it, I'm like, dang, girl's learning, going through a new lesson. I've been on the same lesson for like 3 days. What am I doing? So yeah, I like seeing her posts because they're so, they come up so often. And they're aesthetically pleasing. I don't know about you guys, but I like aesthetically pleasing things. So when I see it, I'm just like, dang, cute grammar again with these cute posts. Like, dang, girl, I'm having issues making all my posts look the same. So I'm just like blown away because you have so many and they're all like matching theme wise. And yeah, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, and then her special message for you guys was, she encourages everyone to start a studygram because the community is extremely supportive, which I completely agree. If you haven't noticed by the past 2 people that I've told you about sharing resources and sending out notes, the community is so supportive, and making a studygram can really help you document your progress, especially when you feel like you're not making any progress. Even if your studygram or study blur is private and no one else can see it, you can see it. Just take that little picture of what you're doing that day, and 5 weeks from now you'll be like, I can't believe I didn't know how to pronounce that word. Or you'll look back and be like, I thought that grammar was correct. Am I crazy? What happened? Because I remember when I thought putting 2 verbs in 1 sentence was crazy. I was like, you expect me to put 2 verbs in 1 sentence? Like, are you there? Are you sure? But now I'm like, why was that hard again? Yeah, so take her advice and start a studygram, even if it's private. Honestly, I really wish I had that to look back on. It would have been so nice and kind of entertaining because I could have laughed at myself. So, Nora, where were you 2 years ago? I could have used that advice. But yeah, so definitely consider starting your own studygram or Study Blur, which is a Tumblr studygram like thing. Yeah. I'm like having issues. But yeah, so that is Nora's advice. Okie dokie, so now for the 4th studygram. Ooh, I forgot my hashtag. Hashtag 4. So last but not least, we're looking at a studygram by a lovely Korean learner named Angeli. So Angeli's account is a Melon Cream KR. So I know that Angeli, has been studying Korean for at least 4 years. At least 4 years, because in 2014 she got a TOPIK score of 4, and if you don't know what the TOPIK is, it's the test of proficiency in Korean, and 4 is high intermediate. So she got a high intermediate score in 2014, and that was 4 years ago, which means, I don't know, maybe she's been studying for 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years to get to just to that level 4. Anyway, so I like her studygram because she's an advanced learner. You see like advanced grammar points in her feed, and they're all so aesthetically pleasing. I really like white themed Instagram, so it's really nice. And then she's really nice, and if you ask her a question, she will do her best to help you out. In fact, when I asked her what words or advice she had for you guys, she sent me a long message on things she wanted you guys to know, because she's so interested in you guys moving forward in your Korean studies. So let's take a moment and read what she said. She said, constant practice is better than just mere studying or reading grammar books, and do not buy a lot of grammar books. Guilty. She says, read reviews on books and then stick with 1 or 2 series. I highly recommend the Korean Grammar in Use series, since there's only 3 books in the series and each is loaded with tons of useful information. Other beginner books only tackle around 20 grammar points and cost more, whereas Korean Grammar in Use beginner books has maybe around 100 grammar points. Another series I suggest is the Yuhua Korean textbooks, because they are easy to follow and they have study guides to help you understand the lessons more. Also, instead of learning vocabulary by memorizing long lists, it's better to learn words through context, like looking them up when you encounter them while reading your favorite idol's tweet or Instagram update, or reading webtoons. Definitely agree. I love using memorize, but I really don't learn the word I see in memorize until I see it out of context, like outside the context of memorize in like a reading or something. So definitely agreed. Learn it through context. And then she says, if you have any questions about Korean military service, to hit her up, because she has worked with Korean soldiers before for quite a few months, so she's more than likely going to be able to answer your questions. And she also has other social media platforms, which I will put below. She has a Tumblr, a Twitter, a Facebook page, and a YouTube channel, so she's very well connected. So definitely check those out. Alrighty, so like I was saying, I will put all of the Studygrammers information down below in the description box, and if they have any other social media platforms like Twitter, a YouTube, a Tumblr, because I don't know, maybe you like those platforms more, I will also put them in the description box. And everyone, just go out to their Studygrams, check them out, give them a special thank you because they were willing to collaborate with me on this video and share so much of their advice and what they have learned through studying Korean with you guys, so that you guys, you know, can have some tips and tricks and you don't have to go through as many difficulties as we did or as they did. But anyway, make sure to go over there, say thank you, follow them if you're interested in what they have to say and what they have to share on their accounts. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. I'll see you next time. 다음에 봐요, guys. Bye-bye. Yep, smells like BTS. No, just kidding. I definitely washed it.